Hi, welcome to PrimeTime Pickleball. My name is Jordan Briones, and in today's video, we're going to talk about the top 10 do's and don'ts for pickleball. You definitely don't want to miss this. Let's jump right in. All right, so before we get started, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also hit that little bell icon so that you can be notified every time we release a new video. We really appreciate it. All right, so like I said, we're gonna go over the top 10 do's and don'ts for pickleball. Now let's jump right into the first one. All right, so these are not in any particular order, but we're gonna start with the first one, and that is do give yourself margin for error. Whether you are a beginner player or an advanced player, you really want to make sure you give yourself some room for error, some margin, so that when you're aiming for your target, if you're off a little bit, your ball will still be in bounds. So this goes for serves, returns, third shot drives and drops, dinks, overheads, any shot that you hit in pickleball. You really want to make sure that your target is not right on the line, or let's say right in the corner of the court. You really want to bring it in so that your skill set can handle that, and that you can make sure that you hit that ball in the court 9 out of 10 times. All right, so now let's jump into number 2, and that is don't attack the ball from below your knees. Now, this happens in all levels of play. I see it all the time, but if you can help yourself, try not to take balls that you can contact below your knee level and trying to attack them. When you contact the ball below your knees, hit a soft dink shot or hit a soft neutral shot from wherever you are in the court. If you get that ball and it's below your knees, you really don't want to attack that ball. When you're attacking the ball from below your knees, you are attacking from a low to high trajectory. So that means your opponent is going to be able to hit down on that next ball and counter attack that ball. So that is one reason that you don't want to attack below your knees among several. But like I said, number 2, don't attack the ball if it's below your knees. All right, so now let's move on to number 3, and that is do use your opponent's feet as a target. All right, so this is just a really good general rule, and if you are in a point and you're not sure where to hit the ball, a good place to hit it will be at your opponent's feet, okay? This is just a really good thing to do, and one reason why it's really good strategically is because when you are hitting down at your opponent's feet, it forces them to reach down for that ball, and they are going to have to hit that ball with upward trajectory, which is exactly what you want. So that gives you the opportunity to hit that next ball down. All right, so number 4 is don't avoid your weaknesses. All right, so no matter who you are going to have some strengths and then some weaknesses. But I encourage you, whatever your weakness is, don't avoid it, don't run around it and try to not work on that shot. All right, those weaknesses could definitely be turned into strengths if you work on them. So that's our 4th thing for you. Don't avoid your weaknesses, and actually learn to practice them and learn to put hard work into developing those weaknesses into strengths. All right, so now let's jump into number 5, and that is do get up to that non-volley zone line after your return. We all know that strategically, being 2 up with your partner up at the non-volley zone line is the best place to be, and it gives you the most opportunities to attack balls down at your opponent's feet. So we want to make sure after our return, we hit our return in a way that is going to allow us to come all the way up to that non-volley zone line. So a little tip, if you find yourself not being able to get all the way up to that non-volley zone line after your return, try and float your returns a little bit higher, or maybe just even try a lob return, which will give yourself more time before your opponent hits that 3rd shot. It will give yourself more time, and then you can try to make it up and really get in a good position up at the non-volley zone line. Hi, if you're really liking this content, please give this video a like. We really appreciate it. It really helps us out. And now let's get right back to the video. All right, so now let's jump into number 6, and that is don't just get your serve in. Now you've probably heard it time and time again, just get your serve in and start the point and go from there. Now, if you just started the game of pickleball, you definitely want to make sure that you are practicing the fundamentals and that you are just getting the serve in. But if you are an intermediate player and you have hopes to being a very advanced player, you really want to make your serve a weapon. So practice that serve and work on making it more and more of a weapon. So this means to practice it and learn to hit it with more spin and more pace. All right, so now let's move on to number 7, and that is do work on your third shot drop. Now in lower levels of play, you don't see third shot drops that often because players just don't have the control, and the players at the net don't have as strong volleys as more advanced players. But as you get better and you play better players, you're definitely going to have that shot in your arsenal. There's no way around it. Having that consistent and solid third shot drop that is going to allow you and your partner to advance to that non-volley zone line is very important. So make sure that you are not avoiding that for too long and that you really develop a strong third shot drop. All right, so number 8, don't hit to your opponent's strengths. All right, so this is just a little strategy tip that is going to help you out in competitive play. If your opponent has a really strong weapon, let's say it's their forehand and they're constantly speeding it up straight at your body and you just can't handle the pace, avoid that forehand and force them to hit their weaker shot. So whatever your opponent's stronger shot or whatever their strengths may be, hit to the other side and avoid them. Try your best to stay away from that player or that shot. So stay away from your opponent's strengths and it's going to make your game a lot easier. All right, so number 9 is do take advantage of high balls. Now again, no matter what level you are, if you have a ball that you can hit with a downward trajectory, you really want to take advantage of those opportunities. All right, so the best place to hit these balls is down at your opponent's feet or away from their body. Now, when you attack these balls that you have the opportunity to hit down on, you do not want to hit it straight at their body because they usually have their paddle ready right in front of them and they could counterattack or reset that ball. So whenever you get a ball that is up, you really want to take advantage of it and try to hit it at their feet or away from their body, low below the net. All right, so now let's get to the 10th and final one, and that is don't forget to have fun. All right, so this may seem like a no-brainer, but I think a lot of us can get caught up in your play in leagues, in improving, playing tournaments, and a lot of times it could get stressful or overwhelming, or we could just kind of seem to forget why we started this game in the beginning. Now, right now, I currently don't have that much time to practice at all because of work and other things. So when I get on the court, sometimes I find it pretty frustrating that I'm missing shots that I should make and all this. So it does get a little bit frustrating for me at times, and maybe you can relate. But one thing that I don't want to forget, or I try to remind myself to not forget, is to make sure and try to make sure that I have fun on the court. This game is so fun, it's so addictive, and which I think is just one of the best communities to be involved in. So my encouragement for you today is to really make sure that you're trying your best to have fun out on the court. All right, so that was our list of the top 10 do's and don'ts for pickleball. If you really enjoy this video, please give this video a like. It really helps us out, and maybe even share it with a friend. All right, we really enjoy bringing this content to everyone in the pickleball community, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. For more free video lessons, please visit primetimepickleball.com. But before you head on over there, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, for PrimeTime Pickleball shirts like this and other great apparel, please visit ptpgear.com.